Alrighty, we are live back at it at the Windy City Studios. You already know who this is. This is the Windy City Savage himself. And co-host, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, the Pointed Man SG3. How y'all doing tonight?
And with that, let's get into tonight's Raw review. And tonight's Raw, we are live at Omaha, Nebraska. And let me tell you something tonight. This crowd was magic, pure magic. Because this crowd from start to finish was nonstop energetic. It was amazing. It made tonight's Raw feel a lot more better overall. Look, when you ever had the crowd really invested like they were tonight, like every segment, they were just on it. It makes everything a lot better. It makes the show feel better. It just pure magic, man. This is how a crowd should be, no matter what city you go to. I mean, for God's sakes, you're paying so much high price ticket price, and yeah, you guys just want to sit there and be bored. I just don't know sometimes. But look, this crowd tonight was not shy to let their voices be heard, and it was great. It was an awesome crowd, and we open up tonight's Raw with Roman Reigns coming out angry, looking for Jacob Fatu, and Pierce is out there trying to, slow him down. It's like, wait, Roman, slow down, slow down. Roman's not having it. Roman's on his way to the ring to address Fatu, to make him come out, make him face him, until Pierce said out of nowhere, Roman, he's not here yet. He's like, I'm trying to tell you that, to not go out there yet. He's not here at all. And so Roman stops, takes a deep breath, and on to his backside is Seth Rollins, where Rollins looks Roman eye to eye and says, you're in my way. And Roman moves aside, and out comes Seth Rollins into the ring to open up tonight's Raw instead of Roman Reigns. So he does his little, all that stuff, the entrance. Before he gets into the ring, he gets attacked by Braun Breaker himself. So Braun dismantles Seth Rollins to start off tonight's Raw, man. What do you think about that?
That was awesome. It was awesome. The fact that you kind of started like a little bit of a beef already between Adam Pearce and Roman Reigns. Then you come in with Rollins, and then you basically cap it off with Braun Breaker, just destroying, obliterating Seth Rollins. It was awesome. I loved it actually from the get go.
Yeah, and obviously he ended up with the spear that destroyed Seth Rollins in half.
Actually,
and so with that being said, that's tonight's opener of a Raw. I have no disagreement with it. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was bad at all, and I like the whole interaction between him and Seth Rollins. Roman and Seth, little like teaser what could be to come. Because I don't know, there could be potential that Roman goes all the way to SummerSlam with this title, and we could have a little teaser of Seth versus Roman for SummerSlam. I don't know. That would be a great match in my eyes, and a great awesome main event. And I think it would be basically night two's main event.
I think so, yeah.
I don't think there's no argument about that. So off we go from that opener to the next segment, and that is Judgment Day. They're seen together, all of them high and mighty, talking about Stephanie Vaquer's injury and that she won't be a problem for quite a while because she is out indefinitely with no confirmation of when she's going to return, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So, and at that point, Liv does address the elephant in the room, and that is Roxanne Perez, and asks, look, what the hell was Finn Balor doing in our locker room last week? And basically asked Roxanne, should I be worried about you? Because I know you and Finn do have history together. And Roxanne says, look, my loyalty is to Judgment Day, obviously. So, Liv says, all right, but you got to make me a promise to not keep any more secrets at all from her or Judgment Day. Because obviously, like all of us, she found out because she had to watch Netflix on the rerun. I like how they kind of break the fourth wall on this and just kind of mention, we're watching it too, so it's kind of nice. I don't know. I thought that was kind of nice joke right there. But regardless, off we go. At this point, we do get Finn Balor that comes out, right?
Yep.
Because he's going to face off JD McDonough one-on-one, which we thought was going to be one-on-one. But we have Dominic Mysterio on ringside. And so this match went back and forth, and it looks like Finn was going to get majority of the offense in until every so often Dominic Mysterio had a little bit of interference here and there where the referee wasn't looking.
Yeah.
And then at some point we had Roxanne Perez come out, and then we have Liv Morgan come out, and then we have, we just had basically the whole Judgment Day interfered. Dominic Mysterio did get kicked out right away from ringside, which was nice to see. But then we still had Roxanne, Raquel, Liv, everybody there. And at some point, we do have Liv distract the ref. Did not work out, but at some point she tosses the hammer to Roxanne Perez. Roxanne goes on the side. Finn is about to go to the top rope until he gets hammered in the head. JD goes for the head, but 1, 2, 3, bam. JD gets a victory over Finn Balor. And at that point, Judgment Day standing tall over Finn. And I don't know what's going to happen next, man. It just seems like, yes, we have a loyalty proven to the Judgment Day by Roxanne. So where is the backstab eventually going to come about now? I don't see her aligning herself for Finn right now. And I don't think it's going to happen in the future anymore. That hammer blow is a hammer blow, man. There's no coming back from that. So I don't think it's anytime soon. I think it's going to simmer and let it boil probably until SummerSlam, in my opinion. What do you think?
I was going to say around SummerSlam, that's when I feel like she's going to turn on the Judgment Day, starting first with Liv or probably with Raquel.
Okay.
I can see that happening. I can see them maybe doing a tag team match, and then, eventually it's like, all right, cool, we're about to become tag team champions. And she's like, nope, bye, and walks off. And that could be the big face turn, or she just starts beating them up. Either way, though, dude, the moment that Roxanne Perez becomes a face, the pop is going to be a mess. And if they want to do it like a big one, do it at SummerSlam.
What if she doesn't become a face?
The fact that you're doing all this teasing for no reason.
What if she becomes a heel? At that point, I think she works better as a heel. And I think, if anything, she kicks out Liv Morgan, takes her out for a couple of weeks, give Liv Morgan a little break. And then at that point, she becomes one of the top heel of Raw, because I think that's more of her character at this point. I see it better for her. I don't see her as a face. Yeah, but that's just me. I don't know. Anybody else has any difference in that? Go ahead, comment. But regardless, we go on into Jackie Robinson interviews Seth Rollins backstage after he just got attacked. He's still beat up. He's still feeling the effects of it. And basically, as he feel like, especially going into Backlash, Seth says he's in pain. He says obviously he'll be fine. And he says, I told that kid last time, take your chance, take your best chance. You better be able to finish the job, because I ain't dead yet.
Yep.
And at that point, he walks away. And then we see Braun Breaker making fun of basically Joe Henry, saying he sings like a fucking duck and all, kind of funny. I kind of like Braun's interaction when he's natural. He's just kind of funny guy naturally, He doesn't have to act. He doesn't have to appeal. I mean, he's just a natural gifted guy on the mic, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, Paul Heyman comes into the room and tells Braun Breaker, is Seth still breathing? Mm-hmm. And Braun's like, yeah, he is. And at that point, Logan says, you know who else won't be breathing soon? Joe Henry. And so on he goes, talking about, last week, Joe Henry this, Joe Henry that. And Paul says, no, right now we can't do that. We just lost Brock Lesnar in a retirement match against Obafemi. And we just had a lot of issues, especially with Bronson Reed being injured. We have to play it safe. So tonight, Logan, I know you're going to kill him, but we can't have that. We got to play it safe. So instead, it'll be Joe Henry versus Austin Theory one-on-one tonight. And so they make that official for later on tonight. And at this point, Theory's hype, and, Braun tells Logan, hey, just relax, man. We're going to get all of them tonight. We are. So, on we go to the next segment at that point. Any ideas, any thoughts, any...
So far, again, I'm liking the mysterious side coming out. I'm liking how everything's going. It's actually a nice little flow, dude. Honestly, I felt like the show was really flowing today. I felt like it was going from segment to segment, and it was going good. It's a nice little build-up to Backlash. It's the better build-up that we did not get for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, I want to say the better build-up. I just say it's good for what it is. I say it could be better. I don't think it's still on the level of even a pay per view.
No,
I still think everything's rushed, but what can you do at this point? When you had a shitty product week after week after week, this, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties with the internet. We are back. Little short break there, but regardless, on we go to the next segment. We have Penta, Javon Evans face off against Ethan Page and Rusev Day. Rusev himself. This match was okay for what it was, back and forth. It's a filler match. Um, didn't really expect much, but I am happy that Ethan Page did get the
yep,
win today.
especially over Penta.
Yeah, like I said, if someone was going to get the win next week, it had to be Page. They're pushing him strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a top mid carder, in my opinion. He has the charisma, he has the potential in there. It was the right move tonight.
It was the right move,
And for him to pin the IC champ,
even puts him even higher.
I hope he takes that title away from Penta soon. My opinion, I like Penta, but I think Ethan Page is the right guy right now to put the Intercontinental Champion while he's hot. Yeah. If you wait too long, he's gonna get lost in the shuffle. If you hit with the iron, it's hot right now. This could be a good move, in my opinion. What do you think?
I agree with you. Hit it while the iron's hot. Hit it while it's still moving. Hit it while you still know who he is. He's still fresh, and this way he'd establish him as a main event contender. We're not saying holding him like to hold him for 7-8 months, but at least you hold it for right now. It builds up your character, it builds up who you are, and it builds up a name for you.
Exactly. Yes, I agree, 100%. So far so good. Like I said, this Monday night, like you did say, it did flow a little bit better than last week's. So overall, I like the way the Raws continue on, and we go on to the next segment, and that is this: we do see Sol Ruka making her way into the ring because guess what? Tonight is contract signing night because Pierce welcomes Sol Ruka to Monday Night Raw to sign her contract. Out she comes. The crowd reacts. I react. I'm excited to see Sol Ruka on the main roster.
Sol Ruka's going to be awesome on that
I
roster.
think we all know the potential of this person's, if done right, career. It could be great. I think she needs a little bit more practice on the mic, but her move sets, her skills are on point.
100%.
And I think she'll get better as she goes. And the main roster, is she ready? In my opinion, yes. I think 100% she is ready. So on we go into the segment. She comes out. She says it feels pretty damn good to be officially part of Raw. But before she gets any further, the man herself, Becky Lynch, makes her way into the ring to interrupt Sol Ruka's segment. And obviously, she's not here for Sol. She's here for Pierce. And she's angry about Pierce making that unsanctioned match against Io Sky last week. And still on Pierce's case because of this. But until she gets interrupted by Sol Ruka, and basically Becky Lynch is like, excuse me, but who the hell are you? And so basically we get a little back and forth interaction between Sol Ruka and Becky Lynch. And basically, Becky does her little Sports Illustrated, the same old shit, which is, it's nice. But Ruka says, you know what? I think what they say about you is right. And, she goes into that whole saying, oh, that I'm this and that. And so Ruka responds this is that, yes, you did accomplish a lot, but she didn't mean it like that. She meant that what everybody says about you is that she is a rude, big-headed B-word. That's why I'm going to leave it as that. Yeah, so she kind of snapped at Becky Lynch and got a good crowd reaction out of it.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is good for her, opening night and the opening contract signing. And then she asked Pierce, Becky Lynch asked Pierce and the crowd, y'all gonna let her talk to her like this? And they all cheered, and Pierce kind of agreed on it too. She asked, who are you? And she says, I'm Sol Ruka. And if you ever interrupt me again, I'll kick your ass and I'll snatch your soul.
Dang, that's a nice one. That's
Yep.
a nice transition.
And then Becky, at this point, gets frustrated. So Becky Lynch goes for a cheap shot and misses. And instead hits Pierce. And Pierce gets mad. and Becky apologized, like, I didn't mean it was gonna be you. And Pierce like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You're already in hot waters as it is. And now you're even worse. And Pierce is angry, obviously. I thought it was hilarious.
Funny.
I thought this was finally a segment that worked well, and Pierce played it up pretty well. Um, and then afterwards, Becky didn't see this coming, but the snow snatcher hit on Becky Lynch. Bam! Soruka stands tall over the women's IC champion. I like this introduction for Monday Night Raw for her.
Honestly, it's a good one.
It's a good one. I guess we're gonna have a few going in against Becky Lynch. Now, is it crazy to say that in the next PLE we'll get a one-on-one and we'll get it for the IC
Oh.
champion?
Not backlash, but after that.
Obviously, after that, do you see Soruka getting that hands on that IC title right away, or you think they're just gonna simmer it up and wait, have her lose this one, but eventually one day go after it again and win it?
Maybe she goes after it at SummerSlam. And I feel like that one she could win. So I could feel her losing like on a random Monday night, and then at SummerSlam, you know what? All the marbles, let's go ahead and go.
But that would be a long feud. I don't know, man. We're barely in May.
I know. I keep thinking
August is in SummerSlam's August 2nd or something like that.
Second.
Yeah, but regardless, that is a long feud. I think the next PLE should be fine. And that should determine if she loses, leave it be, let someone else go after her, and then let her run it back afterwards, if that was the case in SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try to win her way back into the contendership and go after Becky Lynch and get her moment at the biggest stage of them all in the summertime, obviously. But not a bad debut. Honestly, it was pretty good. Did not expect it to go that way, but it was good. Then we see the Usos coming out. And, tonight they're at the night because tonight it's a good night because there's this contract signing night. And, of course, they have to be there because this is family business tonight. Yep. So they're going to be there, and they're going to be there for the OTC and the family.
Yep.
But they do address one person in the room, and that is Jacob Fatu. And, he needs to understand at this point how they do business, especially when it comes to the gold and when it's involved. And so they gave some words of advice to Fatu, basically, is this, they warned him. They said, Jacob, good luck, little cousin, but you bit off more than you could chew, and you'll find that out soon against the OTC in Backlash. So, they gave him some word of advice, obviously, because they're still connected more into Roman. And obviously, the Samoan werewolf is still the werewolf, so he's more of the lone wolf in this case, doing his thing, but yet he's still doing a great job. I don't know. I like this whole segment going on. I don't know if the Usos are all in on either side or they're going to be there on Backlash, but it's interesting to see what their involvement is after Backlash is over this weekend. What do you think?
Well, as I said before, man, I feel like the Usos are there right now to pick up after Roman leaves because we know he's a part-time scheduler. Regardless of what he says, he's always going to be a part-timer. So I feel like they're just there now to fill in after he leaves. And that's why I feel like they're always around him right now. This is Bloodline 2.0. Now called the family.
I don't know about the Bloodline 2.0. I think this is just called the family now. I think we're on the third version of it.
I can see it.
Yeah, we're on too many versions at this point that I'd rather not even keep track. But regardless, look, we're out of storylines, and we have to run it back with the same storylines. I guess that's fine with us. So be it,
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then we go on to the next part of the segment, and that is Joe Henry comes out. He's gonna face off Austin Theory. But before he does that, we come back out from commercial break, and he's out here singing a song once again. Says, "Can we fire? Can we fire Logan Paul?" Obviously, I think that's gonna be a #1 hit coming out soon.
I'm gonna download it.
Too bad they don't come out with them old school WWF CDs back in the day.
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
I guarantee you that would have been one of the soundtracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have made it through the list. But regardless, I wouldn't be shocked if this streaming on iTunes pretty soon. Wyatt Wrestling. Hey, brother, how's it going, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah. Comment tonight what you think of tonight's Raw. I know you had a live stream out there. Hope it went well, buddy. Guys, like and subscribe to Wyatt Wrestling. He does some great content. He does live reviews. Hey man, subscribe and like the man. He's a good brother, you know. But yeah, dude, regardless, we come out, and then at this point, when we come back from break, we haven't played the song. Frank Flames Forever. Yo,
Yo,
what's up, brother? How's it going, man? What you think of tonight's Raw? Let us know, man. So far, the review it's been pretty solid.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was the greatest Raw, but I'm not gonna say it was that bad considered
For this year, it's been one of the best. It's been the best Raw so far
one of the
this year.
better Raws so far. Yeah, yeah, especially getting into the pay-per-view week.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is odd because usually they're really slow. Like they're
or
just
just really
filtered
just out of
off. Yeah.
everywhere.
So for the build-up itself, it's not bad at all. So regardless, we get Logan Paul angry, coming about, saying, I tell you, TKO can't fire me. I'm untouchable. There's nothing you guys could do to touch me at all. And obviously comes out angry once again. And off we go. We got Austin Theory gets his way into the ring, attacks Joe Henry. Back and forth they go. But this match never got an official end. Logan Paul gets his offense in.
Mhm.
And once Logan Paul gets in, Joe Henry fights back. He goes after Theory, he goes after Logan. But again, it's 2-on-1. The numbers game just seems to be too strong for him. But out comes the Street Profits.
Yep.
Once again to save Joe Henry. So we thought. But the numbers game got a little bit even again because Braun Breaker comes out to destroy the Street Profits 1-on-1 until we have a returning Seth Rollins that got brutally earlier during the night come out, attack Braun Breaker, got the upper hand on him, threw him into the ring, and it looks like he was going to go for a curve stomp until he had a duck for Montez Ford for him to fly high and go over a group of men, but that cost Seth Rollins a couple of seconds because afterwards he got caught with the spears
again
and took it out once again. Braun says, I'm not going to lie to you. You almost got me, Seth. And he walks off the ring. I like that. I like that he wasn't too cocky and he acknowledged that he almost had him.
Almost had to stop.
Yep. So I like this. I like this segment a lot. So
we got a couple comments. Right. It was a 7 out of 10 for me. It was really good.
Pretty good.
Raw was solid.
Okay, not bad. I think to me, and I don't know if you guys want to agree on this, and I dropped my mic. Sorry about that, guys. Drop my mic real quick. I don't know if you guys feel this way like I feel, but do you guys think that tonight's crowd play a factor into how good tonight's Raw is? Because the crowd was energetic from start to finish. They were popping for every single thing. Yeah, and that was a good crowd. And sometimes how the crowd interacts with the matches, the segments could play a factor how good the Rock could be, for the rest of the night.
Just any show in general, but yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying tonight's Raw overall wasn't good, but it could play a factor on the flow. It didn't seem too boring because we had noises in the background.
Too dragged out.
Yeah, too dragged out in that case. Too much filter, in anybody's opinion. But yeah, regardless, I agree. It was tonight's Raw was a solid Raw. What do you think of the segment before we go on to the next one, SG3?
I've honestly missed Montez Ford doing his jump from the ring over the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Onto the outside. I've missed that for the longest time doing it. Because I had the fact that he did it again tonight. Mind you, it cost Seth, but it's going to make for an even better match on Saturday.
True. That is very true. Honestly, it was good. And hopefully we get to see a lot more of Street Profits. We've been missing them for a couple of weeks.
Honestly.
Yeah, so they're glad to see them back. All right, and we go back. And we go back to the Judgment Day. They're seen. And once again, they're talking about right now their focus all in gold. They tell Jackie Robinson. Raquel afterwards challenges Brie and Paige to come to Raw next week and face them off. But before she could get any more wording in, we got Bayley and Lyra coming out to interrupt the Judgment Day and telling them, I don't think we forgot. I don't think you think that we forgot about what you guys did to us a week prior, that we still have issues here. We still have a feud to continue. And at that point, Judgment Day laughs at them and just kind of just walk it out and walk away. So we got some unfinished business here. And we do have two people trying to chase after the title scene, that would be Paige and Brie Bella. I don't think we're going to get Brie versus Paige next week. I think we're just going to get some sort of involvement of Bayley and Lyra, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty good for my opinion. What do you think?
I feel like the same thing. Honestly, it's gonna be just basically just an involvement between Bailey and Lyra. I probably between the Judgment Day. I can see that happening. I can even see even Last Legend trying to come up in this, so I can see something like that. Supposedly, a lot of the rumor is the fact that Nikki's supposed to come back by SummerSlam. What's gonna happen there?
I think they're gonna lose their titles by then.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think they actually lose it. I think maybe this is just maybe Paige is about to go singles when Nikki comes back, and then that's when they lose it.
I don't think Paige will go single because I still think she has an injury. Because when she was in AEW, they had her very well kept, like not wrestling so much. Even though she was champion, she didn't wrestle so much because there was still that injury factor about her that they were terrified for her
How
to
about the
get
match?
again. That's why they stuck her into the tag team division. And I think if this disbands, either we get a free bird rule where Nikki Bella could just join in when Paige is missing. Paige becomes a manager once again, or maybe it has a single run, but it's not going to be a long run. It's going to be one of those AJ Lee runs.
I can see it.
Yeah, because I don't think she could wrestle like that. I really don't think so. I think her health is still not all there. She got cleared, but she didn't get cleared to actively compete like that. So yeah, we'll see. The tag team division really needs a shake up, and so far it's been doing pretty decent. So I like how this direction goes, and yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good segment overall. So give me 1 second to get my notes. Alrighty, and this is probably for everybody's favorite part of the night, and that is Oba Femi's Open Challenge finally becomes official. He's on his way. SG3's out of here doing the dance.
I'm doing the strut, man. Gotta do the strut. Oba Femi.
You need a little bit more muscles, buddy, to look like Oba.
I'm not saying that like Oba. I just want to do the strut like Oba.
You gotta. The thing is, he doesn't do too much because the muscles do it for him.
Literally.
Yeah. So regardless, Oba Femi comes out because tonight's official. We have our first Oba Femi challenge because there's not enough titles being challenged, he said. So let's see who has the cojones to come out and face Oba Femi in his first open challenge tonight. And on we go. We get the entrance and it's Alpha Academy, and I'm like, what the fuck? And we have Tozawa opening up, coming out, flexing, and I'm still like, what the fuck? I was not a big fan. Look, so I wasn't a big fan of this. I thought it was okay. I gave it a C. This whole segment, I gave it a C. Like if I had to grade it. I get the comedy app. For his first night, come on, man. It's like you got rid of a lot of people, and yet you keep Alpha Academy. What the fuck have they done? Like, I like Tosawa. I like Otis. I like,
Maxine Debris.
Yeah, to an extent. I don't think she's a good wrestler. I'm sorry. But it's like you fired all these good wrestlers and you kept them around. And I get it. They're just there to be jobbers. And obviously, Tosawa came in as a comedy act because he didn't want to wrestle in the end. He got scared. So Otis took his place, which was nice. But we all knew Otis had no chance in hell. And it showed because Oba Femi squashed them.
Yeah.
So I get it. The first night, I'm not expecting someone big, but I feel like it should have been a bigger name just to start it off. And then you could have brought your comedy acts, But that's just my opinion. I don't know about you, but I thought it should have been someone bigger and someone bigger with a bigger name. Imagine if they would have got someone from the outside. Imagine somehow for one night only, they would have got, and I'm just stretching. I know this is not going to happen. Imagine they got Braun Strowman to open this up. Gave him a little night contract, and afterwards he could do his way. But someone big, man. Well, imagine they got Omos.
I was even thinking Moose.
They could potentially get Moose with a good contract, and that could have been a really good match. And that doesn't mean that Moose had to get squashed. It could have been back and forth. But you get my point. It could have been a pretty big name. It doesn't have to be a big guy. It just could be a big name in general. It could have been Tito Santana.
Yeah.
It could have been, potentially, there's a lot of good stars out there. It could have been an NXT as well. Shinsuke Nakamura. It could have been guys that don't even get TV time that we haven't seen for quite a fucking while get out there for once. But instead we got Awful Academy. I don't know. I just didn't like this segment. I'm sorry. For what it was okay. It made Oba look strong.
Super strong. Holy
But
shit.
at the same time, for an opening night,
Mm.
you could have started off with a bigger name. Comment real quick, and then we go to your opinion.
This Cody rivalry versus Randy versus is confusing. Orton injured and Starks comes. CM Punk comes next. Is who? Gunther should be a fatal 4-way.
So this rivalry is confusing. Orton injured, Starks comes out, CM Punk comes next. Who's Gunther should be a fatal 4-way. So I can see, yes, it is confusing. I don't understand where they're going with all this right now because we have everybody everywhere. For Ricky Starks to debut and get mixed up with all this doesn't make any sense.
It's too messy.
I think this is a bad start for him. Potentially, it could be great, but right now it's not looking like that. He's kind of looking like a chump. He really is. He's not looking great. Orton, I don't know what he's doing. I guess he got injured.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't understand what he's gonna do anyways for the future. Like, where does this character go? Does he go back to a face? He goes back to a heel. It doesn't make any sense. And then Cody all of a sudden getting cleared. Doesn't make any sense either. Maybe he did heal up quick, but it's just like they should have played it a little bit longer. They should have put an eye patch, you know?
Yeah.
Or what I heard is I think he did wanted to put an eye patch, but they creative said no. Sorry, no eye patch. Which I thought it should have went along, you know? That's why all of a sudden he's clear from injury.
I mean, look at what they did with Rey Mysterio when he lost his eye.
Yeah. And then so put it this way, Punk, this whole Punk segment between him and Cody, I don't think we have to worry about that. I don't think Punk is going to get involved with Cody Rhodes anytime soon. I think Cody holds on to the title all the way to SummerSlam. But I think we're going to get Punk versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam because if we're getting a little preview of Seth and Roman, a little teaser tonight, we're potentially going to get something that matches that, which would be Punk versus Cody Rhodes on SummerSlam. You need two big matches for two big nights now.
Yeah.
So I think they just tease that to him basically say, eventually I'm coming after you. And that could potentially be in SummerSlam, which I don't mind at all. I think that would be a good match. Gunther's involvement, though, I don't know. It just seems dumb. I'm not gonna lie. It just seems bad booking. Gunther goes from basically Seth Rollins for not that much of a reason, and now he goes after Cody Rhodes. Storyline wise, they just seem like they ran their course with Gunther right now. They don't know what the fuck they're doing with them, unfortunately.
Which should not be for him to be as big and as talented as he is. He should have a storyline.
But right now, he just seemed lost in the sauce.
Literally.
And if he faces off Cody Rhodes and loses, what is all this for?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very confusing. It is. It just shows that the direction on SmackDown is awful compared to Raw. Yeah, we complain about Raw every week, but SmackDown is hard to watch.
Yeah, it is sometimes.
Yeah, for 3 hours especially, it's horrible. Also comments the next one.
Agree. Starks was not fan reaction. The crowd reaction was not there.
Yeah, see, this is what I was talking with the White Wrestling on Friday that I didn't seem like he got a good reaction at all. And for his debut, it just seemed very lackluster. It seemed like he kind of botched his promo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was nervous. I don't know what was going on, but he just did not connect with the fans at all. So overall, I don't understand why they brought him to the SmackDown to have him right away kind of have an interaction in a match against Cody Rhodes. They should have waited on that. Had him go against someone else in the meantime. Go after, the U.S. title, maybe.
I was saying, Trick Williams.
Yeah, Trick Williams.
But you had to keep the rivalry there, though, still alive, which is...
You could have inserted him with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
With Sami Zayn and Trick. Could have been the third guy. I don't think that's a bad positioning for a storyline.
No.
But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. Hopefully, I hope Stark bounces back from this and gets it going.
This had to make or break his career in WWE, if you think about it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get set into this feud. I think this is one of those things that it happened, but it moves on.
I think so.
Imagine, though, this. Imagine if Stark somehow gets pulled into the road that I don't know if you guys remember the role that EC3 got when he went to the main roster.
Oh boy.
And that was when he comes out, basically gets attacked. This whole gimmick was basically like shit. So much potential, so much star power, all got thrown away.
Like that.
Yeah. And I guess he's doing pretty well in the indies. I heard he's coming back to TNA. Or no, he did come back to TNA. So regardless, it's never too late. But I just don't know about Starks right now. I really don't. Another comment.
They made Starks be Rock fans. Reaction was not there.
Well, I think after the whole sing along thing on NXT, where it got so bad that WWE had to pull it down, but the CW kept it up. The whole sing along thing and him basically being compared to The Rock, all those memes and stuff. I just don't think that did him any justice, and I still don't think it's doing him any justice. And once you become a meme, it's like you become a joke, and in TKO's and WWE's eyes, that might just be it.
Yep.
They might be like, this guy has no star power. I mean, look at him. And he's not a big guy.
No.
He's a very small guy. But he has a lot of good skills in wrestling.
He's
a
talented.
skilled wrestler. He's talented on the mic. He has great facial expression.
Yeah.
The talent's there. But if they already see you as a joke, you're going to be a joke for the rest of your life there.
Literally. That's what happened with the Good Brothers and FCR.
Yeah, honestly, it is. Any more opinion on this?
In regards to that, dude, I honestly say I hope they actually bounce back from this. I hope Starks doesn't get like just put on the bottom because of this whole segment that it wasn't even his.
Right.
They basically gave it to him. Like said, here, go do what you can do. Yes, it can affect him because he doesn't know how to work on the improv. But it's like, dude, y'all just fed him to the Sharks, and now you guys are expecting him to try to do something with like no time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like a fuck up. But here it doesn't matter. They're not gonna accept that.
Yeah. No. Overall, though, thank you for the questions. It's really good, honestly. I was hoping someone wanted to talk about the Ricky Stark incident. Yeah, it was horrible, man. I just feel bad for the guy. Going from AEW not being used for so long, then finally getting his contract broken and being free, and he was doing so much great success in NXT, and for him to pretty much feel like a mid-carder, kind of a jobber, opening up SmackDown, just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. Hopefully Starks bounces back.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So we get back into this whole Raw review. We got Obafemi squashes basically Otis.
Yep.
Afterwards, we do get the Street Profits and Seth Rollins arguing about what happened tonight at this point. Because, Seth got speared. They did look like chumps. They got the worst end of the beating. And they came to an agreement that, look, we're fighting the same enemies. At this point, let's just keep out of our way. They don't trust each other. Just keep out of their way, And that's all they could do. They end the segment. They go their separate ways. Afterwards, we do see Io and Asuka having their one-on-one bickering and fighting. The segment was good.
Yeah,
especially the
ending.
better
this week.
It did. Well, because it was pre-recorded.
Yeah,
which made it a lot better. And the whole mist in Io's face was pretty good.
It was a good touch.
Yeah,
classic touch.
Pre-recorded was a lot better, honestly. And at this point, we got Los Americanos. Now, so put it this way. Los Americanos are now Los Americanos Hermanos. Which Chad, not Chad. I forgot. We got a reference to Chad Gable tonight. But OG Americano brought out two new guys, and now they're called Los Americanos Hermanos. As well as we have the OG now have his own stable against Los Americanos. Very confusing as shit, guys. But
this is awesome.
They did reference Chad Gable tonight, OG, and said he'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Ooh.
So we do have Mask versus Mask that I think it's on May 30th. May 30th.
I'm excited for that match. I'm actually cleared my schedule just for that match.
Well, at this point, I was excited until I heard that. So that makes it seem like if it's Mask versus Mask, I think OG is going to end up losing this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Grande Americano, the fan favorite in AAA right now, is going to basically be the main guy because one is Chad Gable's coming back. Two is that he gets a better prop out there and he probably sells a lot more merch for them out there. It makes sense profit wise, marketing wise.
Dude, if you ever watch a AAA episode and he pops up, it's like freaking Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the 90s. Everyone goes crazy for this guy.
I don't know about the 90s, bro. That's a different story. I believe it goes crazy.
No, I'm saying like, dude,
I think it's more like the John Cena type of reaction. Ain't nothing goes compared to Stone Cold. When that grass blades,
no. I'm not saying the glass. I'm just saying like when you see him pop on camera. That's what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, but nobody gets that Stone Cold reaction these days. It's very rare. I think the last person that ever got it, in my opinion, was damn, actually, good question. Who was the last person that got a big crowd reaction? I don't know. I don't know, man. So honestly, we got that. We got their triple threat match. Sorry, 3-on-3 match tonight. So they went back and forth. It was a good filler match because honestly, I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of them fighting back and forth. Look, I like the storyline, but the whole them going at it each week with different type of matches, different type of people coming in and out, it's getting kind of stale.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're gonna end it by the end of the month, but it's just gonna feel like a long road there. And I feel like they can't change it up because they're stuck in this pattern.
Yeah.
They can only do so much. It's starting to get stale. They should have ended this at Mania. Instead, we prolong it until now. I just don't see the investment in here anymore. I just feel like it has to end soon. And I'm glad it is, and that's all I can say. You know, I don't know what you think overall. Oh, by the way, Los Americanos, Hermanos, and OG Grande fucking Americano, they all won this shit tonight. So
that theme song is so stupid.
yeah, it's a funny name. So regardless, they won. They got the win. Overall, what do you think of this?
It's a comedic moment, which unfortunately it goes to show you that WWE really doesn't pay much attention to AAA. I know you probably sounds crazy when I'm saying it, but the way I see it is like you guys are a comedy here. No one's watching you guys on YouTube like that, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna kind of just build you guys up for what we can, but make you guys a funny little moment.
But do you see the crowd reaction on Raw compared to what they get somewhere else? It's not the same.
No, dude.
So this should really just be more advertised in AAA and kept it that way.
I think they're just trying to build it because, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the AAA match with Penta. The match was good. The match was solid. However, the commentary, everything else was like, this is not the way you have to do it.
But not only that, but they're not going to get the same views as Raw.
Yeah, no.
And I'm telling you this is that I saw no difference of a pop between any of the stables here. From OG to, Grande, no difference. Same pop. So that's kind of telling you everything's getting stale here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but this has to end already.
It has to end. I mean, it's still 26 days away, but it shouldn't have been this long out.
Nah, it shouldn't have. But that's all I can say about this segment. It's kind of one of my least favorite just because, look, I like it. In a way, it is funny, but it's to the point where it's kind of also getting stale. And I think it should have ended at Mania, but unfortunately, I don't know why they didn't feel like it was a need. This really could have been the match of the night for night one.
It could have been.
But unfortunately, TKO wants to burn a lot of bridges with fans. And, what can we say about that? On we go to the last segment of the night. Roman makes his way into the ring, right? He comes out. He's mad about last week's death grip that Fatu put his hands on. And at this point, Fatu does come out, and Pierce says this. 2 signatures makes the match. And before, they sign, they stare at each other down, They're staring at each other. And Pierce says, you know how this works? Well, sorry. Roman tells Pierce, you know how this works. And obviously, Roman does a whole acknowledge me, Omaha, Nebraska.
Yep.
Does his gimmick. And at that point, he addresses Fatu. And he tells him basically, you hear that? That's a sound of respect. And he knows where Fatu comes from. He knows he's been grinding it for 12 years where he was at. But in here, Roman's been grinding it in this house for 12 years himself, you know? And he's the one that brought Solo into this company. So in this case, he better have respect for him because without Solo, there would be no Jacob Fatu coming into WWE. So since he brought Solo, Solo brought him. Roman really brought Jacob Fatu to the company.
I can see that.
And then he tells them there should be a system of code of conduct. And the Tonga Death Grip is what you think you do where you're at a bar fight at 3 a.m. against 8 other guys. You don't do that to family, and especially your tribal chief. And when he did say tribal chief, that's when Fatu got mad and obviously responded back and said, you know what, Roman, I am desperate. I am. Yes, it's me against the world. Yes, he's ready to take that title and take everything that comes with it. And he's going to put a chokehold on it and squeeze every dollar from this company just like they did to his family. He's and then at this point, he's all gas, no brakes until he gets his title. He's desperate and he needs to run through his own blood, he will, and run through his household as well. This is where Roman gets mad and says, I'm worried about the company he built. This is his ring. In family, we're all equal in this ring. You know, in family, we're all equal. But in this ring, guess what, Fatu? You're beneath me. And that's when Fatu had enough, goes for the death grip. Roman this time is ready, goes on the attack himself, throws a chair at Fatu. Fatu then goes for the death grip again until Roman starts countering, punches away, back and forth. And at some point, Roman tries to go for a Superman punch. Fatu counters with the death grip, catches some, and then slams his ass into a table.
That doesn't break.
It doesn't break well. Signs the contract and throws it at Roman and says, there you go. It's just basically, it's official. And from there on, it's official. It goes on Backlash. What do you think of the segment overall?
It was a nice little segment, nice little carry into it, get you interested, get you entertained, get you ready, because it makes you feel like back in the old days when you would sit there like, maybe this person has a chance. We know they don't, but maybe they have a chance.
Maybe they have a chance and all.
And it wasn't like, those old, like what WWE's been doing like in the 2015s till now, where it was just like the week before or the show, the go home show before the event, a promo. I like the fact that they brought out the contract signing. I like the fact that there was the violence. There was everything that they needed in order to really make it feel like, okay, maybe Jacob has a chance.
Right.
Maybe Jacob has that moment where it's like we can finally see him be WWE champion. We know he doesn't, but let's give him a shot.
So I don't know, man. You never know. Jacob Fatu might take the title away. We're gonna have our predictions by Friday.
Yep.
And we're gonna go into details about all that.
Yep.
But overall, how do you grade tonight's Raw?
Out of 10, I'll go honestly, because of the crowd, regardless of that Americanos moment and the Obafemi challenge, it's solid. About 7.5. Honestly, 7.5.
I have to agree with you about 7.5. Solid. No changing on that. Crowd's reaction, the flow was pretty decent. For a rushed up PLE, because honestly, we're not even a few weeks back of WrestleMania. Now all of a sudden we're Backlash. Storylines really don't make so much sense, but they're all rushed. It's only 4 matches we're getting to on top of that. Yeah, a solid 7.5. Can't complain. One of the better Raws that we've seen in quite a while.
It was.
So overall, yeah, tonight's Raw was solid. I have no complaints about it, besides a little bit here and there.
I think they could have done without the Obafemi challenge. Well, I mean, excuse me, they could have done the Obafemi challenge just again, someone bigger, even a lighter person, but they want to show Oba's strength. I get that part. That's one. Two, though, the whole oh goodness, what part? The whole Americanos match should not have happened.
Nah,
you just have to fight. Honestly, just at this point, just have to fight.
They could have had a backstage brawl.
Yeah, honestly, they could have just done that. Especially when Grand Americano said, "Listen, the contract is from Mexico to the border of Mexico, and that's it. In the U.S., though, he's all game, and so am I. there could have just been a brawl. Just have OG come out, start beating him up, and then start beating each other, and then you have the Hermanos Americano come out, start fighting, and it just adds more. It's like, oh my goodness, they're just gonna have a really big, huge match, and that adds more to that. But them having the matches, like you're already ruining what we want to see. That's the way I feel. It's taken away from the flavor that we're waiting for the 30th.
Honestly, I agree with you. Honestly, the 30th should come soon because whole that whole storyline just ran its course.
Honestly, that.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see it. I'm sure it's gonna be a really good match. Two good wrestlers, two great luchadors.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a good match. I'm looking forward to that. All righty, let's get into some news topics, guys. All right, a lot of things that's happened in the last couple of days. One of the big news is that a couple of people have left WWE, and well, one of the biggest names is the New Day.
Literally, I think the biggest name was the New Day.
So New Day is no longer with WWE. They have mutually part ways. So put it this way. Let me read you a little bit of contents here. Alrighty. So here was the thing. So the WWE deals were not up, guys.
No, they weren't.
Not on, because I remember, I think it was like last year or the year before that.
They signed over to 2030 or 2032.
Yeah.
But they signed a big contract.
They signed a big contract. It was for a lot of money. And I know that Xavier Woods has some sort of connection to with WWE with his gaming channel. So all that is kind of connected. But I think now they're going to go separate ways. Now he got his own thing. But it weren't up. And then TKO, at this point, TKO asked them if they could restructure their contract with them at this point. And they review it. And they came up that they didn't like the terms at all. So they were granted their release. So it was ultimately Kofi Kingston and Xavier's decision to leave based on what TKO was offering in this new deal.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said,
I think it's about time we're starting to see it.
With that being said, you guys got to look at this. This is, like I said, we said this before on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And we said this before constantly throughout other streams. There is no loyalty with TKO.
No.
It's a business. This is not the WWE of old. This is the new TKO era. There's no loyalty. It doesn't matter how long you were with the company. Guess what?
You're just a number.
You're just a number, and like that, you're replaceable. Someone else is going to take your spot. This is how they felt about the New Day. They did pay him a lot of money, but this is probably more of a WWE thing. Yeah. More of the guys in the back. When TKO got a hold and like, well, wait a minute, why are they making a lot of money late? No, we got to talk to them. We got to tell them, hey, you're going to have to take a budget cut or you guys got to get the hell out of here. And at this point, they took their bags and they left. And I don't blame Kofi Kingston or Xavier Wood for standing on their ground and leaving, because I'm sure even regardless, it was a lot of money they left on the table. But hey, if you're going from this much and then eventually cut in half, I will leave too. What do you think overall with this whole situation?
First, quick comment. I don't blame them for leaving, none of them, from Wire Wrestling.
Well, I don't think none of us do. Well, no. SG3, what do you think?
I don't blame them for leaving because it's something actually we did talk about a while back. It's something that we did bring up and we thought and speculated about it, but now we can actually say that it's here. WWE superstars are going to be getting TKO contracts, UFC fighter contracts. So less money, more work, but you're gonna get paid for someone who fights once, maybe 3 times a year, and that's if they really push themselves to the point of death. If not, twice a year. So you want them to do more work, travel more, stay and do everything more, but give them literally way less than what they're supposed to be making.
Right.
Especially people who can still put butts in the seats. The New Day, yes, they weren't wrestling, but their backstage segments were gold. And it really did drive a lot.
And let's put it this way. Let's be real. They did not have that much TV time, right? They did not have too much storyline in recent years. But yet, I know Xavier Woods' channel is really popular.
Yeah.
And if they're looking for that whole outside YouTube, Twitch type of stream, there it was.
Yeah, it was.
And not only that, but put it this way. The potential was always there. All right? Xavier Woods is is
Charismatic.
charismatic, but Kofi Kingston is gifted in the ring.
Honestly, yes, he is.
And we know we're never gonna get Big E back. He was
Yeah.
done with wrestling, but we could have got some new alternative New Day version. And there was a lot of potential when they turned heel, especially on Big E. The fans loved it
Yeah.
because we were all waiting for this. We were all waiting for this moment for a heel New Day, but they never capitalized, and that was WWE's fault for not doing them the right storyline. Instead,
they brought in Grayson Waller, man. Come on.
yeah, but all they did was backstage segment that we never got to watch unless you were in the UK and watching it on the commercials.
Literally.
And then we will watch it here, and it just felt so short. They had potential to be great again, but WWE really missed the ball on this once again because of creative.
Yep.
So, in a way, yes, I could get TKO's side. Like, we are not doing a lot of things for these guys, but also they don't understand is that their writers are the fucking reason why they're not being used properly. The potential is there. The re-birth of the New Day is there, but yet they don't know how to light the match once again. And it shouldn't be this hard. There was already a lot of things that helped try to light up the fire, but they just never capitalized on none of them. But I don't blame them for leaving, just like Wyatt says.
I don't blame them for leaving. I've been hearing a little rumor, though, about this one, and I can see it. It's actually history repeating itself. And the history that's repeating itself is, if you look at it, this happened the same when before WWE was sold to TKO. A lot of big names were being let go, a lot of contracts were being cut down, a lot of people were being released, and then all of a sudden, they get sold to TKO. I feel the same is happening, and we're about to see the purchase of the WWE being done from TKO to the Saudis.
I don't know about that. That's a big...
I can see it happening, dude, because at this point, if you think about it, TKO is trying to make them more relevant with ESPN. Hasn't worked. TKO took them out of Peacock. TKO took them out of so much. They thought they were going to get their monies back and plus more. And so far, all they've gotten is backlash and not enough support from the fan base that they were expecting to have.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Could they sell it? Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't see it.
I think, honestly, if they don't sell it, WWE's going to die. I honestly believe if they don't sell it at the way it's going right now, it's just going to sink. Right now, dude, if you think about it, the two loyals that have been with WWE for goodness knows how many years, and they came back when the New Day, and they did everything the way they were supposed to, stayed the way that they were supposed to, got made fun of everything. All the innovators, we love their ideas, hated their ideas, everything. They left because of what? Contract disputes. These contracts that people are going to be talking about, and the TKO literally said, we're going to pay you guys like MMA fighters. You guys are still expected to do everything you have to do, but we're going to make you guys have $500,000, and that's the max you probably get. Maybe $2 million.
I get what you're saying. I don't think WWE will ever die. They're like, at this point,
It stays with TKO, yes.
I don't think they'll ever die. They'll be immortal. I think it's just going to be a different version of what we're used to seeing as wrestling shows, as wrestlers getting paid. It's basically going to be more, UFC type of WWE, which I'm not a fan of. The WWE brand itself will live on forever, dude. It's like, it's like Hulkamania in a way. It's fucking immortal. But
WWE Underground again?
Nah, well, not that type of, but I think it's just going to be, regardless, it's going to keep going. But yes, the whole aura of it is going to be gone. And that's what I was saying about live attendance. Like, yes, you attend a Mania. I attended a Mania, and I did not feel that aura that I felt for other past shows, just regular shows. It's not there anymore. It's like what Kevin Nash said. It's like what Matt Hardy said. It feels soulless, because it does. It is soulless. And so I get what you're saying, though, about the contracts and how they're going to pay them. I agree with you on that. I just think you're going to have to be ready for a more greedy, more different style UFC-based WWE.
Yeah.
And I don't like that at all. And that's where I agree. I don't like the direction it's going to go to. And so let's talk about some more stuff. So besides this, we also got some other releases, and that would be JC Mateo, which
about a year.
Well, he's about to. I think he came in May 9th, but he got released May 2nd. So yeah, he didn't complete a full year, but he was about to. But since that year, he was one of the hottest free agent coming in.
Literally.
One of the hottest free agent. Everybody wanted to sign him. He signed with WWE because he thought there was going to be great potential there, but instead they did nothing.
Literally. Stuck it
Nothing.
with him overseas.
And they did nothing with that. And they haven't done anything. Just like the YS6 last year. They did nothing with that. They stuck them with this feud with the MFTs, and none of them survived with this. None of them did anything great with them. And another name that got released as well is Tongaloa.
I was surprised on that one.
Honestly, I'm not Tongaloa. It's also a vouch machine. And I get it. There's a lot of memes out there. There's a lot of fan support just because how bad he is. And I'm not saying he was bad all the time. He was good back in the day. I think he's just older and a little bit more clumsier. But regardless, I'm not shocked. I mean, it makes more sense. His brother's more likely to say Tama Tonga. But I think
that's the one, yeah. Tomaton. That's the one I would have been shocked if he left.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Tongaloa doesn't surprise me, but like I said, they didn't do nothing with these guys. Since they came in, they're just part of the MFTs, and that's it.
They had a better thing in the bloodline.
Yeah.
And with Roman's bloodline.
But the thing is now, what's going to happen with the MFTs? Now we're down to
Tamatonga,
Tamatonga. If he's still with the MFTs, we still don't know. So it's just Talatonga and Solo Sikoa.
Yep.
So what is this going at? You know what I mean? What's the storyline here anymore? Where's the payout? Where's the, we got not Io Sky, sorry. We got Kairi Sane got released and never finished the story, her story. Bad writing, bad decisions. It's just so stupid right now, this era of WWE.
I think it's the WWE stupid era.
Yeah, it's a soulless era. It's the TKO era. It's the let me get your wallet right now era.
Yep.
I don't know. Overall, I'm not happy with this. I don't like the New Day is gone, obviously, but I don't blame them. They'll be fine. Yeah. If I'm sure they saved up a lot of money. I'm sure they got paid very well in royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the merchandise they sold over the year.
Especially the Booty-O cereal that came out for a while.
They don't even have to go to AEW. They don't have to go to TNA. I mean, yeah, what's his name? Xavier Wood could resurrect Apollo Creed, his character back, but they don't really got to do all that. They can. They could go to the indie scenes, and they'll be the hottest fucking thing in the market.
Literally.
I think they will be the hottest thing. I think even over the Y6, they'll be even hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so regardless, they'll make their money. They'll be just fine doing the bare minimum, and the gimmick sells itself.
Literally.
So whatever they land, they'll be fine. If they go to AEW, fine. If they go to TNA, great. Fine. If they go to fucking across the world, to New Japan, to Mexico, doesn't matter. They'll be great.
Yeah.
It's awful though to see a group that's been with you guys for years, and yet there's still no loyalty in WWE, and that also means that no one's safe. There's been a rumor that a high star individual wrestler agreed to take a 50% pay cut. Nobody knows who that person is.
They haven't leaked it just yet.
But that's just crazy that you're willing to take a high cut pay cut just so you can keep a job in the WWE. I get it. Look, loyalty. But that company's telling you we have no loyalty in you.
No.
So why agree to that? And I don't know. What superstar could that be? That is just crazy for me in my eyes.
Well, right now, we heard about this Roman stuff. They're saying Roman is taking off. That's the rumors I've been hearing. That Roman's been taking off from all the dates in June because they don't have anything for him for SummerSlam.
Well, like I said, that's a rumor.
SummerSlam, I forgot which one it was, but basically all the European dates.
Yeah,
he's not there.
Well, put it this way. Yes, he's taking off, but also I don't think Roman wants to travel. I do think that Roman just likes to be a part-time wrestler. We know that. He wants to be more with his family, which is fine. But this was a whole issue in my eyes. This was the thing I was arguing about at WrestleMania. Why gave him the title? Why give him the win if even in his eyes he did not even want to be there full time, not even close to full time schedule. It doesn't make any sense. Once again, bad booking at its finest. Now, was that match was a great match? Yes, one of the best matches in Mania in quite a while. Doesn't make it still right that you made him win the title, and yet there's rumors that one, they're restructuring his deal, his
Yeah.
contract, and they don't want to pay him $15 million a year because that is the price that he's getting paid every year just to be a part timer. I think they do want him to be there every single week. And in my eyes, I don't know. In my eyes, I kind of agree as a champion. As a champion, I'd rather see my champion there every week, even if he's not wrestling. But if you want it to be a part timer, I'm okay with that, but not having a title. Like I said, I'd rather have a champion that has a fucking, you know, there every week by week, continuing on, than the guy who doesn't want to be there when it gets, longer tour dates and stuff. So I could understand the Europe tour. He's not going to be there because I don't think he wants to be there. But then that also is the rumor. It's like, yeah, they're going to deal. And the rumor is supposedly, yet a lot of these sources are just more of the trust me, bro type of sources. But supposedly the rumor is he might go to Hollywood. I'm sorry. I don't find that necessarily true. And yes, does he have connections with the Hollywood with The Rock? Yeah. Could they get him movie roles? Yes. But how good is Roman's acting?
But we're gonna find out for sure when we see Street Fighter.
And what if it's not good? What if it's okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody could be an actor.
Yeah.
Look at Austin.
Yeah, he did one. He was done.
That's it. It was decent, but it wasn't good. Look at Triple H.
Straight to DVD.
Look at The Miz.
Miz still, hey, he still gets some straight to DVD movies all the time.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look
CM
at
Punk.
CM Punk, Rob Van Dam.
Well, CM Punk now, he's a zebra.
Yeah. Well, my point is this, dude. You'll get a couple of movie roles, but every once in a while we get The Rock, we'll get a Batista, and that's about it.
Yeah.
What other WWE wrestler do you know that made it big in Hollywood?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I guess in a way, yeah. In a way, you're not wrong. Technically, he was big for his time, but it's only a few guys that really make it out of the whole WWE system and go into Hollywood. So that whole Roman leaving to Hollywood, I find BS. I'm sorry. That's a rumor that I'm going to call out and say it's BS. Okay. Sorry. Why correct me? John Cena. Yes, I forgot. Well, let's put it this way. John Cena always had that skill. He's just a good talker. He's very charming. He was always meant to be a movie star. He really was. But I don't know about Roman. I'm sorry. Until I see the Street Fighter movie, his character has to blow me away. Because I'm going to say this. This is a rumor. This is not factual. Him going to Hollywood. I'm going to call it as it is. It's a rumor. It's one of those trust me, bro, type of rumors. I don't think he's going to go to Hollywood right away because I just don't see him having so much experience and success with that. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe you guys see it, but I just don't. I'm sorry. He has one character, and that's that badass character. But how many times can you play that badass character?
Oh, did he play someone? He played someone in Hobbs and Shaw.
He just
a backup.
Yeah, that's backup. What I'm saying. He played the badass character. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's always playing that same character. He's that character in real life. He's that character in WWE.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do with that? It's one of those things is that don't buy too much into this rumor until we see a little bit more. And yes, so him getting pulled from the European tour dates is kind of sketchy. But then again, it's Roman Reigns. He doesn't want to be far from his family. Yeah. So, and maybe things could change. Maybe he will show up. Maybe he won't lose the title like they're saying he's going to lose this Saturday against Fatu.
That'd be awesome if he loses, though. That'd be awesome.
I don't think he will, though.
I don't think he will, but if he does, that'd be freaking awesome. The fact that they just decided, literally all gas, no brakes on Jacob Fatu.
I'll be surprised. I'll be damned. But I just wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you forgot Kane also with Midnight with his movie.
It did the one movie, but that's all he did ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know, there's been very little success from wrestlers to movie stars. Any more thoughts about this Roman Reigns situation?
Honestly, dude, we'll see what happens. If TKO lets this man walk, so many fans. I've been reading the internet wrestling community with regards to this. I like, oh yeah, again, the trust me, bro, sources. Roman's gonna leave. Roman's gonna leave. And a lot of people are saying, if Roman leaves, I'm done with WWE. And that was so many comments, literally saying the same exact thing. And I'm like, I can see it. I
Yeah.
can honestly see it.
So AJ Styles actually had a comment on these recent WWE releases on top of this and other guys. He says, I'm sure it has come down to space and time and money. It's not anything like it used to be. Although I know that Vince McMahon used to do this too, I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know the reason why some of these superstars were let go. And I mean the Motor City Machine Guns because I freaking love those guys. So
Oh,
even like ex talent are kind of questioning TKO's motive here. And like I said, there's a lot of great superstars that are let go, and especially they couldn't come with the terms with the New Day, and they're trying to restructure their contract. I don't know. Last year was our truth.
yeah,
This year is Kyrie Sane,
yeah.
Aleister Black, Selena
I don't.
Vega couldn't understand.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think that. Like again, this is me personally, but I don't think that Aleister Black really was already connecting with the fans as much as he did in his first stint.
I agree, but at the same time, if you don't give him a good storyline,
Yeah, of course.
but he did had a couple of big wins against a couple of big wrestlers,
Dana
Damian
Bryan.
Priest, Randy Orton. He was Cody Rhodes. No, Cody Rhodes wasn't there, but you get what I'm saying. He was in some good storylines, and I think he was getting invested, and people were excited for him to be the one that was calling Randy Orton this whole time instead of they gave it to Pat McAfee. Unfortunately,
That was just stupid.
like I said, dude, you have a lot of great talent. You released them, and yet you don't know what to do with the guys you have already. And
Listen, dude. I'm gonna ask a question, and I know we don't ask for anyone's job. You know me, dude. I'm not that kind of person. But why the hell does the Kid Alliance still have a job, but Nikki Cross does not?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. I mean, that you have to ask Shawn Michaels.
That's it.
That's all I can say, man. Everybody has their theories, and someone wants to answer those theories, to go ahead, man. I got my theory. I'd rather not say on air.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, but regardless, yeah, it is odd. Nikki Cross is let go, and Nikita Lyons is losing all his matches, and yet
Losing
still
matches, injured.
all the time, every year, basically. But yeah, no, you're right. So also Roman is not going to appear the Night of Champions.
Yep,
Yeah, so that's a big pay per view, especially since he's a fucking champion.
literally.
And if he loses the Backlash, it makes a lot more sense. Um, so I don't know, man. Do you think this might be the end of Roman and WWE? I guess in the end of the day, do you
No.
really see it? Let's put it this way: he does make $15 million a year. What if he restructured this to 7 mil, half of it? Do you think he's gonna take it?
No,
I don't think either. So you think he might be calling it quits because he did talk about not being in wrestling for so long.
I mean, listen, like I told you before, dude, my mom has to do the whole chemotherapy thing still, the oral chemotherapy. So if he's still doing it, because I can tell he hasn't fully hit remission. So at this point, with what he's going through, I can see him just saying, "Look, dude, I really don't need this. I can make money from residuals. Dude, I wonder how much Nike's gonna pay him for the Bloodline shoe that's gonna come out on May 23rd. He's gonna get a portion of that because they literally made this shoe for him. So he's gonna get a portion of that. So he's like, I'm good on money, dude. I don't need it. And if you guys are not willing to pay me, I can still do some B Hollywood type movies. I'll still get paid. I'm okay with it. If he invested his money well, then even better. And he literally doesn't have to work ever again. It's just at this point, though, if Roman leaves, it's gonna set a big statement for WWE. A lot of people even speculated the reason why Brock actually gave an improper retirement was because they tried to restructure his deal, and he said, "Nah, dude, I'm out."
Hmm. That, and I think he didn't want to lose to Gunther.
A lot of people are saying the fact that he didn't want to lose to Gunther was because of his diverticulitis that he still has. And Gunther's whole moveset is aggressive against Brock's more vulnerable parts, with his chest, his stomach, all that stuff.
Well, that, and I feel like Brock is one of those guys that, no offense to Gunther looks great. But Obafemi just looks like the part.
Brock did not want to go by submission or by being face. He wanted to be pinned. That's the way he always probably saw himself as. I want to be pinned in the ring to say my goodbye.
But at that point, let's put it this way: body type wise, who looks a lot stronger to beat Brock
Oba.
Lesnar? Oba's always gonna. Oba made more sense. If someone's gonna retire Brock Lesnar, 100%, I would just go with Oba. I think Brock knew it himself. It's like, look, I'd rather have Obafemi retire me than a guy like Gunther.
Yeah.
And this is my opinion how he saw Gunther in a way. I don't think he saw too much appeal in Gunther as he saw in Obafemi. So if he had to choose a guy, he'd rather choose Obafemi at this point.
I can see it.
Yeah. But I get you though. I get you. I don't know, man. It's gonna be crazy. Do we get more cuts? How about that? Do we get more cuts coming out anytime soon?
Don't be surprised if a couple more top people leave.
Hmm.
Do not be surprised if a couple more top people. The reason why Alpha Academy still has a job is because they're fucking cheap.
They're jobbers too.
Because they're cheap.
Yeah.
That's why. The reason why even other War Raiders became fucking jobbers, and they're cheap too. Because of that. Look at the tag team division that is on the men's side for WWE. It's a fucking joke. That's why no one's invested in the WWE like that. Your biggest tag team is the Vision and Wepa Up. That's it. Because of the tag team champions on both brands.
Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, you're right about that. The cheaper you are, the more, more likely you'll keep your job. The more you cost, the more disposable you are.
Yep.
And at this point, nobody's safe. If a tag team like the New Day that's been there 3 years, that sold a lot of merch, that has a lot of great potential, and TGL did not see the investment in them to keep them, that just tells you that they don't see anybody else as an investment.
No.
And that could be anybody else. Next could be Bailey, next could be Becky, next could be
Jimmy and Jey Uso.
I don't know. Those guys are.
Now I can see it. If they don't get the money, I see them probably leaving.
I don't know about that. I feel like those guys are too big because of Jay selling merch. Because regardless of what we think about Jey Uso, he still sells a lot of merch. Yeah. But I could see a guy like let's put it this way, mid Carter. Who's a good mid Carter? Penta.
Yeah,
I can see a Penta leaving. I don't think he will. I think he will. I could see a Stephanie Vaquer not.
Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix. Well, there's a couple of people that are mid Carters that you could see them gone quickly. I don't know, man. It's a scary time.
Rusev. He's gone again.
Where's he gonna go?
TNA maybe. Because I don't think he's gonna go back to AEW.
No, they don't want him in AEW. Burn bridges. Sometimes it's not good to burn bridges out there. There's just not that many spots anymore when you burn your bridges everywhere you go at this point. Wyatt says LA Knight.
I can see that one even happening.
I'm sorry. I think that LA Knight should have left a while back, and I don't think he wants to. I think he's happy where he's at. And you know what? That person that took a 50% pay cut, rumor, that person, I think it's him. I don't know why. I just feel like it's him. I'm sorry. It's just like you look at him in Unreal. And you look at him, how all that shit he took.
Yeah.
I would have just left. I don't know, man, but that's just me. Like, it just looked like he wants to just be there for the rest of his life and make a career out of it. Like, he went from the Indies to TNA to finally the big times to NXT and then eventually to the main event. I feel like this is his dream, and I feel like he's an old life there at this point. And no matter how hard the fans push to get him on top, they will never. And I think, you remember Dolph Ziggler?
Yep.
You remember 5 years? You ever felt like he stayed over 5 years too long?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. That's how I feel about LA Knight. He stayed for too long, and it's going to get him nowhere. Dolph Ziggler stayed for so long, but look at the resurrection he has right now in TNA.
He has such a resurrection. Dude, I still actually played that promo where he talked about, where he said, like, why do I stay here? It's like, damn, dude, like that goes straight. And I feel right now that's LA Knight.
Well, and LA Knight's going to learn it the hard way when he gets released, because I feel like at some point he's going to make too much money. His merch is not going to sell as much as he wants it to. And then TKO's like, well, we're gonna have to get you less money, to the point where LA is like, well, with I have to pay for traveling and stuff and road to road expenses. I can't afford this, like I need more money. Well, we're gonna have to grant you a release, buddy. And he's on his way out. And
Yep.
now he's old. Because he's in his
Older.
40s.
Yep. He's older.
Yeah, so where's he gonna go afterwards? For that name like that, go somewhere that you still have your value. Go get yourself a contract somewhere bigger. Go to AEW, and with that name recognition, you can get a big contract.
He'll be champion in no time.
Yeah, I don't know about champion, but
I'm saying like I'm not saying AEW champion, but like TNT championships.
I can see a TNT
that's
champion.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Those type of championships.
Okay, yeah, I can see a TNT champion. I can see a
TBS.
Continental Championship. I could see, one of those titles on him. But I could see him signed to a $1 million contract easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and TK, Tony Khan will pay that shit. It's funny how you have TKO and TK. It's just hilarious. Some of these,
Similarities?
Yeah, similarities of names, obviously. Let's see, who else could we say real quick? Who's another guy?
What about not even a guy? What about a girl?
Okay, so
Nia Jax.
Connection with WWE, especially with The Rock. Family wise, I think the Samoans are okay. I always think the Samoans are okay. Now you're gonna say, what about JC Mateo and Tom? That were not Samoans. They're Tongas. They're different. They're not the same. Yeah, they're not on the bloodline. They're not even on the bloodline. They're just friends in a way. It's like how they just like some people are so close that they're like family.
Yeah,
but they're not.
Yeah.
So people say, "What? Well, they get rid of them. Anyone's off." No, it's just they're not Samoans. They're Tongans. Whole different vibe there. I can see Bailey.
I can see Lyra.
I don't know about Lyra, man. I feel like they have so much investment and she's young. But I can see Bailey. I can see they easily get rid of Bailey. I don't think Bailey's going to take a pay cut. Bailey's smart enough to say, not taking a pay cut. You know what? My friend on the other side is making really good money. I'm sure I'm going to get a big contract with that side of the pond.
And she would get so much money from 2K.
And she would get a great pop.
So much
reaction. Yeah. So, but okay, so here's another theory. This is why also they're charging so much for these events, obviously. So much in merch, record-setting fucking prices right now just to go to events. And that is this. TKO is admitted they're in debt. They're in a lot of debt. It's going to be hard to recover because they just bought WWE. They bought out, I guess, UFC fully too. And so they're in a lot of debt, man. This money doesn't just come out of nowhere.
But also, don't forget, they're trying to resurrect the Zuffa boxing.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah.
It's like the alternative to actual boxing. It's like the boxing promotion.
So they want to have a boxing promotion then?
Yes. Because Nick Khan fought against Oscar De La Hoya. Not actually fought, but went to Congress to fight against Oscar De La Hoya this week or two ago.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So yeah, they're trying to get into this year all combat sports because they're trying to say that boxers shouldn't get paid.
Because they get paid a lot.
And they should be getting paid what UFC fighters make.
Which is stupid.
So far by the looks of it, even Oscar said, I think this bill is going to pass.
Well, I believe it because, like I said, greedy companies usually get their way. And yeah, so they're in a lot of debt. And so now with a lot of debt, what do? Budget cuts.
A lot of
budget cuts. So now we're going to see a lot of your favorite wrestlers be gone pretty soon. So we're no longer going to have all releases in one day. This could come about every 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, Yeah. We're just going to find random releases and we're going to be angry. We're going to be like, why, what's going on? Why this? Why that?
Yeah.
Are you scared of the future at this point?
I told you I am. I told you, dude, WWE's going to lose his life. He's going to lose his life force. I mean, like, honestly, dude, he's going to lose. It's already lost the soul. If the veterans can see it, we can see it.
I get what you're saying. WWE is going to live on forever, though. But it's not going to be our WWE we grew up with. it's gonna be TKO's WWE version.
If they goes that way, I may go back to my hiatus. I may just stop watching it.
I can't do that, man. I watch it no matter what. But at this point, for a number 2 promotion or even a number 3 promotion, you guys got to step it up. It's a perfect opportunity.
If I was TK, dude, right now the sky is a fucking limit. Sorry, the sky is a fucking view. It's not a limit. It's the view. Run, and put fucking WWE on blast. Stop calling them out. Just show the fact that you guys can build storylines. You guys can build matches. You guys can build wrestlers the right way, whether they're homegrown or not. But right now is the time to run.
The issue is with that is that they have their own problems as it is.
Yep.
Because in the end of the day, they had Danhausen.
Yep.
They did not push him to the moon like they should have. They had Ethan Page. Same old shit. They had a Cody Rhodes. They had a CM Punk. They had Jade Cargill, which I'm not really invested
Blake
in her.
Monroe.
But I don't see. Here's the thing. Some superstars I understand when they left, but some of the bigger names, obviously, that did hurt them.
Yeah.
That did hurt them. And especially Punk leaving, it hit them pretty hard.
It hit them a lot.
But I still think they have their fan base, man, and I still think they put up a good show. I go to their live events. I feel like the aura's there.
It is. It does feel like an actual wrestling show.
It feels you're having fun. Anytime you watch it, yes, maybe the storylines don't make sense, and I agree with that. Sometimes they don't, and sometimes they really do give out a good storyline. But they have their own issues, and one of them right now is in about 12 to 16 months, they got to find a new TV deal.
Yeah.
Because with all this stuff merging and stuff and this deal with Paramount, it's not going to be there. And that's a scary part for AEW right now. It's like, where the fuck do you go? Because everywhere WWE does have a part of almost. Yeah, Hulu, I think, has a part with WWE about the replays, like SmackDown and Raw, on their like local channels and stuff.
That I'm aware of. Peacock has SmackDown replay.
Yeah, and they still have maybe some NXT stuff, a little bit.
Don't forget Hulu is a part of Disney, so they have them there.
So yeah, that, and then we have Netflix, obviously.
Yep.
Raw. What else is there? ESPN. So you only have very little amount. So you could either stick to Paramount, and hopefully it could get you a deal. Or there is, I guess, so put it this way. I guess they did ask Tony Khan a couple of questions, right? And so they asked him about this. And, Tony responded is that at this point, they are willing to take, basically ideas elsewhere. And so if Paramount doesn't fall through, they're willing to go to YouTube because YouTube does have YouTube TV. And to seek out basically potential TV rights with them. Which, believe it or not, I don't think it's a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
I do kind of think that streaming is the way to go. But if you're on YouTube TV or even YouTube itself, not a bad way to go. You'll still get more eyes on the product.
Yeah.
And your hardcore fan base should be there. I don't see any issue with that. So HBO is going to merge, obviously, with Paramount.
And Paramount does have something with TKO.
I don't know where else they could go anymore, man. Everything's hard these days.
WWE has evolved.
That's the thing. Everybody has their own thing. What else?
Pluto's still out there.
But Pluto is yeah, they could get them, but it's a small streaming service, unfortunately. They would have to get Pluto, and then they would have to get YouTube.
Yeah.
And they would have to make that work. That's the scary part, man. Things are not going well right now for the wrestling world.
No, it's a scary time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Prices are high.
Shows are not that great.
And things are just gonna get crazier as we go. I don't know, man. Any thoughts on AEW's future?
I hope they can actually stay because competition is good. It keeps their eyes on the product and it can keep moving forward.
And without them, we wouldn't have so many wrestlers right now going on to, other promotions. So, you wouldn't have a Stephanie back here.
No.
If it wasn't for the Mercedes Moné match at that point. Nick says Ric Flair. Well, what the? Why Ric Flair? What does he got to do?
I think Nick wanted to just put in a comment. He's like, "Hey, I have a comment all day here."
We want to talk about Ric Flair and his crazy
drunken text messages. Excuse me, not text tweets.
Not even tweets. His interview.
Okay.
So if you want to, so Ric Flair. Let's talk about Ric Flair. Maybe he's telling us a topic here. So Ric Flair. All right, you heard about the crazy stuff that Ric Flair says. How he's banned from WrestleMania. How he's banned from the WWE because he threatened in his words, I think he said a 23-year-old or 26-year-old Luke Kaiser. So that is true, actually. He did threaten Luke Kaiser, and at this point, it went bad. So WWE supposedly put a ban at him at WrestleMania from being there. And I think right now he's in bad terms overall with WWE. I don't think he's ever going to come back in his lifetime, unfortunately. And not only that, but he does have a contract with AEW. So I don't know why he's always bitching about WWE not letting him back. When, bro, you have a contract with AEW. You're not supposed to be jumping the pond. He thinks...
Because he's Ric Flair, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
In a way, he thinks he's wrestling royalty.
He's not. But he's not.
He could have been if he stopped drinking and stopped opening his mouth.
Literally.
And commenting. And then when he went on that crazy rant and he dissed Luke Kaiser and he went on talking about Ashley, who we all know is Charlotte Flair, his daughter, saying she should be in the main event scene. They're doing her wrong. They don't know how to book her right.
Why does every parent always have the same thing? Every wrestling parent always says the same thing.
And imagine how Charlotte Flair is feeling right now with all that comments, how embarrassed she might be. And she even said it herself. She likes where she at right now with Alexa Bliss. She's having a lot of fun. She said this in the interviews before. And you can tell she has no interest in having the singles run right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is great. I think what they're doing right now is it's good. I like it. Because when we had Charlotte Flair's singles run,
no one liked.
But right now we all like her.
Yeah.
We all have good opinions about her in her tag team run. Nobody's complaining except for Ric Flair himself. And what does Flair do afterwards? The next day, he apologized. He does what the fuck did I just say last night? Like, damn, like the hungover shit. What did I do last night? What did I say?
About to do this. He was about to do the walk of shame.
Yeah. Well, put it this way. He did say, he went back and said, look, man, I never said you won't ever make because he told Luke with Kaiser that he'll never make it big in this industry. He said this about Luke Kaiser, by the way, who's having a great run as
Grande Americano.
And he's never gonna make it in this business and stuff. And then yet he retracted and said, I never said that. That's literally what he said. You have a lot of potential and you're doing really great in Undertaker's promotion. He said Undertaker's promotion. He didn't say AAA. He said Undertaker's promotion. Can't even acknowledge AAA. Super neat though. And he went on and retreated a lot. He contradicted himself the next day. It's just funny sometimes. Man, it is sad though that how the mighty has fallen even worse than they were before. It's just getting bad and bad for Ric Flair, man.
What did we learn, kids? If you're gonna drink, stay home.
If you're gonna drink,
stay home.
No, stay away from a keyboard. Stay away from interviewers. Drink on. Drink without interacting.
Look,
don't do work either.
Shaq said it best. Shaq said, when I got the contract that I got, my dad told me one thing. If you're ever going to go out, whatever, remember who you're doing. You're taking away money from your family, from your mama, from me, mostly from your mama. So what you have to do is keep your mouth shut. If you're going to drink at home. Do whatever you have to do inside your four walls because no one's going to see you. That's what Ric Flair should be doing. But yeah, Ric Flair just loves to hear himself talk.
Yep. And then we got
a few comments. Wyatt says he's trying to piss us off. LOL. USA Cowboy, love your content. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nick says he threatened Ludwig. Laughing emoji.
He did. He threatened Ludwig Kaiser, and WWE took. Well, look, in a way though, honestly, I don't think Luke Kaiser complained, but it was more WWE taking notice about that and saying, "Well, we can't have this old man doing something stupid." And I don't blame WWE for this. Honestly, I am with one of these cases. I'm with them 100%.
Which is really rare from you.
Well, in the end, it's like you got to take threats serious, especially
Yeah.
when you're superstars, especially when it's a crazy old man threatening you, and it's Ric Flair for God's sakes, a drunk Ric Flair. You never know what this guy's gonna do.
If you're gonna drink, don't be left alone, according to Nick.
If you're gonna drink, don't be left alone. Honestly, man, but that's the thing, though, man. He's
Alone.
76 years old. You would think he'll learn by now, but he's
Nope.
just getting worse.
No.
He's doing cameos while he's drunk. He's giving fans bad interactions. I don't know, man. I don't like Ric Flair in the direction he's going. He's scary. It's unfortunately scary.
It's sad.
It is sad.
Because we're never gonna remember this. I'm sorry to cut you up, but we're not gonna remember the 16th time. We're gonna remember this.
Well, he's actually 21 times.
Sorry,
remember
22.
that.
Yeah.
The 22, 21, 22. And he went around about that too. How he's really the 21 and WWE doesn't want to acknowledge it. And for first, he was admitting to 16. And look, officially in the books, he is 20 something. Officially. They don't count the NWA days. I don't know why they don't. But he acknowledged it first. And then afterwards, he said, nah. You know what? I'm 20 something. It's like, bro, just don't contradict yourself all a single time. What else we got?
You think he's gotten worse ever since Hulk passed? Yes.
So put it this way. So you really hit a D spot there. And I don't know what goes on the mind of Ric Flair, but in a way, for someone like Hulk Hogan at his age, and he was a little younger than Ric Flair.
A lot younger.
I don't know about a lot. I think it was like 4 years difference. Because Hogan was like in the 70s.
Oh, yeah, he did right here.
Yeah, and then Ric Flair was like 76 right now. So like about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But it has you questioning your immortality in a way. Seeing your friends gone. You know, because you did consider Hulk a good friend. It has you consider it. So maybe he's drinking a little bit more to get that mindset off to, well, how long am I here for? Type of situation. And that's a scary situation. And I'm being serious here. That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what goes on through his head, but yet at the same time, you're a living legend, man. You're a superstar. You like Geshi 3 says, you're better off drinking alone. If that's the case, if you're going through some sort of depression, because when you're out and about, you are ruining your legacy.
Yeah.
Which it's sad though, man, because he's accomplished a lot. He has done some great quotes, great promos.
Beat the man.
Woo!
Sorry.
I mean, it's just a lot of good things are out there, man. I mean, anytime you go to the events, you hear "woo!" No matter what show you're at.
When we hear a chop, woo!
Yeah. So like, it's unfortunate, man, but the man is going on a down path that it could be scary seeing in about 2-3 years because I don't know if he's gonna make it through.
I don't think it's gonna be 2. I don't think it's gonna be 3 years. I give about a year and a half. At this rate,
I mean, I don't personally. I hope it doesn't. Nothing ever happens. I hope he snaps out of this. But it's just getting bad. Like every time he's on the news, almost every week, you hear something bad about Ric Flair.
literally.
I mean, for his last match, he's admitted that 1, he was drunk, and 2, he had some sort of heart attack during the fucking match, and somehow he survived that. And then you never know, you might try to go for another match in a year or so.
I need the money, guys.
Well, that could be it, the money. I mean, he's been married fucking like 4 or 5 times. He's told that fan on Cameo that was getting married that, hey, I heard you're getting married. From my personal opinion, you shouldn't get married. He paid all that money for basically for him to tell you that you shouldn't get married. But that was the alcohol talking, man. Honestly, that man has to change his that man has to change a lot.
Yeah, change his ways.
Any other opinion about Ric Flair, dude? Honestly,
Please save yourself, save your image, save everything, because before you realize that we're never gonna remember you as a 16-time champion. We're gonna just remember you as the Woo drunk.
And it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see him in WWE programming, WWE ring.
Even AEW.
AEW, we're gonna show him. I think Tony Khan really loves the guy, despite his issues, because like Tony does have him appear here and there,
No, that's okay.
and regardless, I think Tony Khan does really like the guy. And Ric Flair really likes Tony Khan because he did mention Tony Khan and saying that's a real boss. Like, shout out to Tony Khan, shout out to AEW. They know how to treat me well, you know. So it seems like there is some mutual love for each other there, which at least, you know, there's something there, you know. At least Flair has somewhere to go, if that was the case. And I'm glad in a way.
Yeah.
Look, the man, I get it. The man's losing it, but at the same time, I think a promotion like AEW is the best place to go where they can at least try to help you.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Rick worked himself into a shoot. He has like the nature boy everywhere he goes.
See, that's the issue with some of these old timers, legends. Sometimes some guys know when to cut it, and some guys just have that mentality that they're still the nature boy. They're still
the ultimate warrior.
Well, they have to live that gimmick 24/7. You cut it like, hey, dude, enough is enough. Dude, you're not this character. You're not supposed to be this character
if
throughout.
Someone asks you to do a quote, yeah, but if not, just have a regular conversation. If not, just tell someone to fuck off and walk away.
Yeah,
that's it.
So no, yeah, unfortunately, man, it's Ric Flair being Ric Flair, being the guy that we've seen on TV. But
it'd be funny if he doesn't flop outside on the street.
He probably has, honestly. Well, I'm sure there's been issues before with situations like that. I don't know. They find this guy doing some crazy shit. But regardless, man, it's sad. It's a sad sight. But I hope he pulls himself together, man. I hope there's a miracle out there and he pulls himself together and we have some redemption arc. I mean, we had it, dude. We had it before wrestling. Jake the Snake Roberts, Scott Hall. Or maybe that's the thing. Maybe DDP has to get a hold of this guy.
Yep. I put him do some DDP yoga.
Or maybe not even yoga. DDP's been a great motivational speaker, great motivational guy to be around. So hopefully, like, I don't know, someone gets through with them because the route they're heading to, it's just going to end up being pretty bad. What else we got?
You think Ariel told Ric Flair to be in character for his interview? No.
Oh, hell no. Nah. I think Ric Flair is just being Ric Flair, dude. I mean, look at all of his interviews. Look at his cameos.
It's all the same thing.
This guy does not know when to shut it off and when to actually be serious. And when he's serious, he's always on alcohol.
Yeah.
And he sounds like a bitter old man. So before this interview, or maybe it was during this interview, I'm not sure. I think it was during this interview. He also mentioned a couple of names. One of them was Steven Richard. And then the other one was Dutch Mantell. I don't know if you remember him.
Yep.
And also Steven Richards, Dutch Mantell's friend that does a podcast. I forgot his name, but he does some good content on YouTube. He called them out and he says, and during this whole thing, he's saying, I'm not bitter. But yet he goes on to complain how much he does not like these guys. And he doesn't really call them by their name. He calls them by certain nicknames to piss them off.
James Romero,
thank you. That guy. He does some great shit too. I listen to Dutch too. I listen to the Steven Richards podcast. They acknowledged it and they weren't mad either. They just thought it was funny. They just thought it's funny. And that's the thing, dude. They understand where Ric Flair is at this point in his life is that he's a drunk. He contradicts himself a lot. I mean, it's sad to see.
It is.
It's really sad. You're going after people. You're saying that it doesn't bother you, but yet you're on interviews talking about it.
It does bother you.
So it bothers you a lot, unfortunately. I don't know, man. I thought that was funny, dude. I'm surprised he even mentioned Steven Richard. Because I think I remember, if I'm correct, I think I remember somewhere he did mention about Steven Richards years ago, or maybe like a year ago or something. And he did like Steven Richards' style of wrestling. He said he was a safe worker, and all of a sudden he goes back to dissing him. I don't know, man. It's fucking Ric Flair, unfortunately. Do you think this will be the last of Ric Flair's comments?
No.
What? No. How many weeks do you give it before we hear something from Ric Flair? I guess
a week, 2 weeks at most. That's being nice. 2 weeks.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna give him by the end of the month.
Hi.
We just started May. Let's give him by the end of the month.
Hi.
And let's just see if this man can just keep his mouth shut and away from keyboards.
Rex Flair's gonna see this and say, "Oh, you think I'm gonna wait till the end of the month? Well, I'm gonna show you the difference, sir."
I mean, if he shouts me out, I'll be the happiest motherfucker ever. I don't
Wow.
care if it's negative. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it, obviously. But
In the one show with the guy with the sunglasses and the red
why do you
lights.
sound like Bill Cosby?
I don't know why.
I don't know, man. That was your best Bill Cosby impression
Oh,
of the
dude, I'll
night.
take it.
Yeah,
Kill,
like,
kill, get you.
with the pudding. No, you know what? We're not going there. We're not going that route. We're not going that route. That went bad. All right. Anyways, on to Ric Flair. What's worse than Ric Flair? I don't know, man. I'd rather not say at that point. But no, yeah, dude. It's. I was actually talking. I thought about talking about Ric Flair,
We just did.
but like I'm saying, weeks before.
Oh,
But you know what I'm saying? It's just like this whole situation just build and build, and it just keeps going. Like I said, man, benefit of the doubt. I hope he just.
I hope he
here
gets
on-
better. I just hope he moves on and just.
I hope
actually
he's
does-
just more positive.
I hope he bounces back.
I really do, honestly, for the living legend like him, man. We've seen a lot of legends pass away, man.
Honestly.
Our older generation is going.
Our time was yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like it's sad to see, man. I want to see Ric Flair at a convention one day. Just one of my to-do lists to meet the guy. But at this rate, who knows how long he's gonna last out there?
Honestly, who could be the next big name that will lead WWE after the New Day?
Good question. Who you got?
I was thinking Shinsuke Nakamura, Roman Reigns.
So the talks is Roman Reigns. I could see Shinsuke. I don't see Sami Zayn.
Yet.
Oh, okay. I'll get you. I'll get you one name. Kevin Owens.
I can see that one too.
He's still signed from WWE. He's not doing anything. He's not even like a Big E situation where he's talking backstage and doing the whole backstage thing. At least Big E found himself a job afterwards of his injury. Kevin Owens doesn't. And I'm not saying this because he's injured. I'm saying this as how TKO would look at it and be like, you know what? What is he doing? He's not contributing in any way in any storylines. He's not out there trying to be a Big E. What are we paying this man so much money
Yeah,
from his injury? Once his injury's over, let's cut him off.
I can see it.
Yeah, that's it. There's no loyalty. There really isn't. I can see Kevin Owens. What's another name out there? So we said Shinsuke. I mean, at this point, I can see Tala Tonga and Tonga getting released.
I can see that.
I can see the whole family at that point. The
I see them
Tonga
keeping Solo. Sorry, not Solo. Solo.
Well, Solo is part of the family.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's the actual Samoans and there's the Tongans. They're not family. So I can see all the Tongans out of WWE at this point.
I can see him too.
What else we got here?
Couple more comments. Braun Breaker's a geek. Lazaria S5Q. I'm gonna say Bronson Reed by Nick. Lazaria says I hate Solo Sikoa.
Damn. What's up with Solo Sikoa again with the hate? What is Braun Breaker? He's a geek too? That's interesting.
No, but I'm just saying, I don't know about Braun Breaker. But I actually do agree with Nick. I do see Bronson Reed being done too.
So yeah, I can see Bronson Reed because of the injury time, and he has gotten injured several times.
Yep.
So I can see him being out. Who else? You think maybe the Street Profits?
They just came back, so no, not right now.
I could think eventually though.
Eventually, but not right now. Lazaria says Gunther's a jerk.
Just calling out everybody today. Jose, we got Braun Breaker's a geek. I hate Solo Sikoa. Gunther's a jerk. I like how you change like every insult though. Like, you don't just keep it the same. That I like though. Like, okay, you got a geek, you hate a person, and someone's a jerk. I do like all that. I like the pattern there. Keep it going. Give me another name,
Fucking Wyatt. We got a mini Nick.
We got a mini Nick, huh? Oh yeah. Fucking well, he gave me Ric Flair. I guess he wanted to talk about Flair today, which wasn't a bad topic to talk about, honestly. But put it this way,
Sammy Shame.
Sammy Shame, yeah, I like that one actually. Sammy Shame. I don't think anyone likes Sammy Shame right now. I was gonna call him Sammy Shame, and it's gonna be hard not to say Sammy Shame now that I had that in my head.
I got one for you. Ric Flair's the doofus. Ha!
I don't disagree with that right now, honestly. I mean, what's another big name we could put out? What if they get released Carmelo Hayes? Would you be shocked?
No, I can't even see them releasing Trick Williams.
I don't know about Trick, but I can see Carmelo Hayes getting released. I really can. And I don't want him to get released. But I see it in TKO's eyes.
Yeah.
And I see them releasing him.
I can agree with that Sami Zayn. I absolutely hate. Why? We know that's your favorite wrestler, bro. Stop it.
I mean, at this point, the Sami Zayn bandwagon has left like everybody.
Honestly, I really did.
Yeah, I don't see the appeal of him anymore. And I'm glad they're turning him heel, but it's also a little too late.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're too late.
Yeah, he has to go full on heel for him to save his career. And I feel like he's gonna do the little he's a heel for a bit and then go back to being a babyface once again. Yeah, we have to have a long extended run, especially now that Owens is out. We really need that heel character in SmackDown. I think Sammy could be the guy, but I don't think WWE's going to pull the trigger for too long from that.
I forgot a comment from my good friend Nick. I believe in Joe Henry.
The guy that had his fucking Joe Henry for years now believes in him, man. I don't know, Nick. I've one of those guys that stand in your belief, man. Hate the guy, even though I don't.
I hate why it says I hate Sammy should have seen me on Friday. I hate him.
No, I believe you. I think you did mention that a lot.
They did mention him on Friday.
Yeah, when he was streaming with us, he did mention that. I don't see a Sami Zayn ever leaving WWE. I'll take him as sticking around forever. What else do we have that might get cut? Alpha Academy eventually. Oh, what's it called? Chad Gable's group. Not Chad, but what's his name? Now they're Americanos Hermanos.
Yeah.
But I could see those guys eventually getting cut for sure. I could see the Viking Warriors getting cut.
Yeah.
They're not been around anytime soon, so I could see them getting cut.
Hold on, wait. Nick just said Brick Williams.
Brick Williams.
Trick Williams instead of Trick Williams, Brick Williams.
Where the heck did he get that name?
Brick Williams.
Yeah. I know what I'm saying, but where do you get that creativity? Huh. Interesting. The Creed brothers.
Creed brothers, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I could see the Creed brothers getting released. I could see the Viking Raiders getting released because they haven't been on fucking TV forever. I'm surprised they weren't on that list.
Yeah.
Why the fuck were they kept around? And yeah, the Motor City Machine Guns let go. Oh, you know what? You know, I mentioned early the whole story that someone took a 50% budget cut, and I made the joke about LA Knight being the one after the whole Unreal incident where he's getting yelled at by Triple H, and he seemed like he just took it in the chin. You know who I think it might have been is what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name now? Ciampa's tag team partner.
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Gargano. I was drawing a blank there. I think it was him. I want to say it's him. I want to say they told him, well, you're taking 50%, and he probably took it, and they probably
down too.
Yeah, just to lay down every segment. He's like, well, I'm just laying down all the time. I might as well take the pay cut. They probably also gave him a bag of Doritos for good luck at that point. No, yeah, I feel like it could have been him. I don't know why. I have a good feeling that he was the one that took the 50% off. I mean, what else does he do?
Nick says Kit Wilson will be let go. I can see it.
I don't really Kit Wilson. Would you want Kit Wilson to be let go?
I wouldn't want him. It's actually funny with the Miz.
I don't think they pay him enough to basically let him go yet. I feel like he's still on that rookie contract where if they negotiate the Miz,
yep,
I could see the Miz let go. If they were willing to let R-Truth go, and they weren't, I could see the Miz being gone. because he probably makes a little bit too much money in their eyes, and I don't think there's word for him to keep around. Because like in the end, besides the comedy act, what has he done?
Nothing.
And I like the Miz.
Well, he's at the point of his career though. That's why I can see it.
That's that too, and it's like I like the Miz, but I could see them letting him go, and that would be the big shock factor.
It would be,
and especially how he came out last year and says like this is some bullshit and this and that when he defended R-Truth. You think TKO doesn't,
Oh yeah, they keep receipts.
They keep receipts on that shit. And they'll give his receipt eventually. What else we got?
He said Johnny Gargoyle.
That's basically what he fucking became, a gargoyle.
Literally.
Fuck, dude. Honestly, I see that's the thing. I'm shocked that they kept Johnny Gargano, and he hasn't done shit.
He's laid down.
But I guess they think that's better act than Motor City Machine Guns, Aleister Black. I don't know, though. It's been crazy. It's been crazy, honestly. See, it's sad that now we're on this speculation of who's going to get cut next. Yeah. It's fucking Goldberg style now. What else we got?
They'll let Miz go show they can have space for belly rolls.
And the WWE World title picture.
That's funny.
So here's the thing. Like Nick said, they're willing to let these great wrestlers go in order for them to bring in celebrities that we don't give a shit about. When the fuck did we give a shit about Little Yachty?
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. Look, Jelly Roll was nice to have, but he overstayed his welcome.
Yep.
Who else was the other guy that came out in WrestleMania? Oh, Pat McAfee. Look, I get it. I like Pat. Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. Who else was there at WrestleMania? There was another celebrity. I'm forgetting the fourth one.
ISO Speed.
ISO Speed. Okay, ISO Speed, I can understand. He was great in the ring. I give him credit. Travis
Scotch.
Travis Scotch was a good one. Not gonna lie. Well, see, there's only a couple of celebrities I do like. iSpeed,
Bad Bunny,
and Bad Bunny. I think that Bad Bunny is a good investment.
It was a great investment.
Because reason why you get your Hispanic culture, and honestly, he was pretty good in the ring.
It was fantastic in the ring, dude.
I thought he was good in the mic too. I thought he had a good character, and I thought he presented himself well. And I thought they got their money's worth from him.
They did.
Especially that interaction in Backlash.
In Puerto Rico?
In Puerto Rico.
Crazy as hell.
That's type of stuff, in the end, it's going to be down in history. And you could say a celebrity did that.
Yeah.
One that actually cared about the product. So, like I said, you got your hits, you got your miss. Unfortunately, it's crazy, man. But regardless, we got one more.
The greatest celeb wasn't even a celebrity, it was a boxer. Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show.
How do you feel about that one?
You're a fan of his, so what?
Well, I'm not asking you before you started giving it to me. I want to hear your thoughts first.
I wasn't a fan of it.
I thought it was good for what it was. I didn't think it was bad. I thought that at the time Floyd was a big superstar, and the match itself wasn't bad. I didn't think it was good. I also didn't think it was bad. It was entertaining, and at the end of the day, it also played up pretty weird, but it worked. And weird is this: Floyd was supposed to be the face.
Yeah.
But in the end of the night, the crowd kind of turned on him, and he ended up becoming the heel. But in the end, it played up to him because he is a heel in real life at the time, at least.
He still is.
Yeah. So regardless, I thought it was good. I'm not going to say it was great though. But then again, let me ask you something. Then, what do you think was better, this or Snooki teaming up with?
Anything is better than fucking Snooki.
I was gonna say you probably were more of a big fan of Snooki over there.
Oh,
yeah. I know you, SG3. I know you, buddy. You're like, oh no, I ain't a fan of Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show, but Snooki on the other hand.
That was the greatest match of all fucking time.
The best Mania match, man.
Oh yeah. What did you do? Nothing. Oh okay.
Well, I don't know, man. That was on your top 5 greatest WrestleMania matches of all time.
Top 1. No one tops Snooki. Top 1.
She's on your Rush Mount Forward WrestleMania.
She's the OTC of all time.
What was the worst? No, really though. Let's be serious.
Snooki, Maria Menounos. Want me to continue?
I mean, what was the worst besides that
Snooki,
one?
Maria Menounos, Butterbean.
Butterbean was bad. I felt bad for what's his name though that got beat up by Butterbean.
Mark Merrow.
That wasn't Mark Merrow. It was the guy that won the whole brawl for all. I forgot his name. If anyone in the chat remembers the brawl for all, the guy that wasn't supposed to beat Steve Williams but ended up beating him, got punished and went through Butterbean, got his ass whooped, got legit concussed. That was bad though. That was horrible.
There's another one. Actually, two more. It got me invested because he broke Show's nose. That they worked a good story. Don't forget Kim Kardashian. She was out of the crowd. I even forgot the fact that she was even there. Shit.
I forgot she was there. There you go, SG3. You remember that? You were happy.
I don't remember.
You got all your celebs in one night. You were excited, bro.
Totally. 100%.
Yeah, man. You were losing your shit. I remember you were there with us that day. You were losing your shit.
It's like, oh my goodness, greatest match of all time. I can give you two that were a disappointment: Campbell Velasquez and Tyson Fury.
Did they face?
No, Campbell Velasquez was supposed to go against Brock. That's why they brought him in, but then his whole legal problems happened.
Oh, it was the one with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
He was actually signed to be in WWE. He
was.
wasn't a celebrity. Tyson Fury was a celebrity. He never signed.
What was Tyson Fury supposed to face?
Braun Strowman, I think, or someone like that.
I think it was Braun Strowman during that whole hype that Braun Strowman had. That would have been entertaining. I would have gave it to Tyson Fury. I would have been entertained. Cain Velasquez, whatever his name is, I don't think so. Because I seen him in TNA and he wasn't that great. I didn't think it was that great. Tyson Fury's character, though, the way he's a good promo cutter.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see Tyson Fury working great in WWE.
Kane versus Brock was so bad. And Tyson versus Braun was so bad, terrible matches.
Okay, look, I agree with you versus Kane and Brock. I think that was stupid. Yeah.
Did they even have a match?
They did.
The only thing I remember was that Kane came out, tackled him, and started punching him. They were supposed to have a match. Kane got hurt, and then later on, he was supposed to have like a rematch, and never happened because that's when all of Kane's legal problems happened.
I think Brock won that match. I don't know, man. I'm drawing a blank on this. It might be because it's late, but I'm drawing a blank. But I think they did, and I think it was a one-off. And I think you're right. They were supposed to run it back. But then that's when all that stuff came about. It was a UFC style
match in Saudi. Yeah, okay.
Yes, and that was when Brock won it. I think Brock did win that one. They had a match at Crown
Jewel 2019. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it did, and they were supposed to run it back, but instead, yeah, like you said, the legal trouble came in.
He got hurt, and the legal troubles came in.
And I feel bad for Kane because I mean, honestly, in his situation with the legal problems, I would have done the same thing. Yeah, it sucks that everybody betrayed him, man. Like even the UFC turned their backs against him. That's unfortunate, man. But isn't he supposed to set to get released eventually?
I think this year.
I hope so, man. I mean, if I was in that guy's shoes, I would have done the same shit. So I got nothing against Kane. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Ronda wasn't a terrible wrestler in the ring. She was pretty fair.
I thought Ronda Rousey was a good wrestler.
I believe she's always been a good wrestler because she does have the background for it. However,
attitude wasn't always going to be there. I mean, what do you expect though? Look at Ronda Rousey attitude in the UFC when she was on her prime. She thought she was the biggest thing in the world. She was going after boxers, saying I could beat boxers.
Holly Holm beat the shit out of her though.
And the thing is, instead of taking that humble beating, she ran out crying. It's not a good look, dude. You take the defeat, you handshake, you talked all the shit, you got your ass beat, you handshake the person, you walk off, and then you could cry. Instead, she just ran off, basically. It's just not a good look for her. I'm actually excited to see her back against what's her name? Gina. I'm actually excited for that match. I really do want to see it just because I like both of these guys. By Gina, yeah. So regardless, though, I think Ronda wasn't a bad wrestler. I wish she would come back to wrestling in AEW at least.
put a tape over her mouth so she never speaks.
I mean, I don't mind that. Hey, sometimes wrestling really needs a villain. Sometimes they need a villain, man. And if that villain's naturally talking to shit person, let's go for it, man. I have nothing against it, personally. Well, look, guys, honestly, man, Ronda
Lousy.
Ronda lousy. All right, that's a good one. All right, look, guys. Honestly, it's been a great night. We'll be back Friday. The gaming streams between then. But regardless, thank you guys for joining tonight. Thank you for the questions,
The comments,
the
likes, we
comments.
appreciate it.
Yes, please, guys, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tells you when we are back live and back at it. But we'll see you next time, dogs. Dig it.